Yeah, I'm in my robe. Had a shower. I was trying to save a bird. Don't know how it's going to do. It's in a tote in the garage right now. So we tried calling up a whole bunch of emergency wild animal helper vet stuff, and none of them answered. So we read online that you just put them in a nice, warm, dark place, and that's the garage, and cover it over with, make sure they got air holes, and I'll see how the bird's doing in the morning. So to get my mind off the stuff, I decided to build it. And not only build it, yes, build everything else. I said I wasn't going to do the building. I said, swore up and down I wasn't going to, well, I didn't swear up and down, but I did say I wasn't going to do building, but there's building. So, and again, it's just to start, so there's no ambiguity. There's the 928 brick that I just got, and there's no 928 brick on the other side. And I did not substitute with the white. I decided not to do that this time. I will either bricklink it or whatever. So I'm going to put everything else that's going on aside and just talk about this and how wonderful. Again, not necessarily for anybody else. Literally not necessary. And again, it's possibly not my favorite set. I still say out of all the classic space, and again, I will be perfectly cognizant by saying and understanding who I am. The 918 is literally my favorite classic space set because it's the first one I got. so that's the criteria for me as to what's my favorite set. The classic space set. There are so many, and again, I'm not going to play favorites 918, but there are so many awesome classic space sets. And again, when I use classic space in this context, is everything from 1978 to 1999. We've talked about the Sat 5 numerous times, the Renegade numerous times, the Gamma 5 numerous times, the Megacore Magnetizer. Like it is. I keep on meaning to do the org chart or the Final Fantasy, the Sweet 16, and see what kind of where I would end up if I compared one to another. But for so it's hard for me to say. So in the one esoteric definition as my favorite is the 918 because it's my first. But the 928/497 for those of us on this side of the pond. But I'm going to keep on calling it the 928 because that's what's on the side of the ship. 928. The 928 is such a nostalgic romp of building. Like the instructions are just primo for the era, and yes, you have to pay attention to every step because thankfully they give you the list of parts in the picture that you're going to be placing onto the set, because it is a little, I won't say confusing, there's just not too many. The early 70s sets, when I think that the fire station, the white fire station pre-minifig, showed you with a black outline of the pieces you just put down that you're supposed to build this time, and then everything else has already been built, was not black outlined. The 928 instructions and none of the classic space instructions showed you which pieces are in this picture that were not in the previous picture. They didn't do it. I really think they stopped doing that probably around 1977 with the Technic. So if you pull the square of parts out first, you know that they all have to go in there somewhere. So, and not once did I see anything that resembled a 2x2 white plate anywhere in the instructions. So whatever. So it's a romp down memory lane. It's a romp of fun building. It's a fantastic set. I mean. For 487 pieces, I can't remember how many pieces are in it. It's just so cool. This is why this set, again, your mileage may vary because a lot of younger generations didn't get the nostalgia factor, maybe, or they look at this when they had Futuron and Emtron and UFO. Compared to this is like a rock compared to a Porsche, or a, and that's a little compared to a Porsche. My water is here, there, that's right there. I get it, but for me, for me in my generation, this is the quintessential set. It looks there's nearly a bad angle on it, and again, the nostalgia factor is right off the charts. I, of course, had to go into my bin O flags and or TV antennas to grab a TV antenna for this thing. It's not the best TV antenna, but it'll do. So, the other thing is, I talked about this about a year and a half ago. Man, I don't know how long ago. That I had run out of good. See, this is a bad. Good 2x8 gray plates, and this is why I keep on meaning to retrobrate this kind of crap. But I had run out before of 2x8 gray plates that I wanted to use in builds, because all I got left over is TV. And you can see the color difference. This is not blay. So I have so many of these, and even darker, almost like tan. And so, but thankfully, in the interim with my classic used lot collection, I had a whole bunch of relatively good 2x8 gray plates. So those are in there. What I didn't have was any good 4x10 light gray plates, and you can sort of see there's a yellowing there and there from the 4x10s that are on there, and that's perfectly acceptable. I don't care. At the bottom, you can see these are the 2x8s that I had, and you can see that they are slightly yellowed. Again, c'est la vie. I think it adds a little bit of in-universe usage. It's not like brand new gleaming and glistening in the sunlight. So I don't mind that. Oh, let's turn it this way so you get to 928. Yeah, that's it. Glad I built it. It was getting my mind off of stuff. I don't know why this stuff affects me so, but it does. But sometimes I should build this thing properly. There you go. I will say, when I built this thing, I did have to follow the instructions, because there's a lot of, especially the gray, like the top blue stuff I could probably do in my sleep, because it's basic brick and stuff. The 3 layers of gray plates, it's a little complicated, a little maybe overdone, I don't know. but I'm not going to complain about it. The playability for back in the day, oops, this is gonna stop. The vehicle goes in the back and it closes up, so it is a nice transport ship. The little building, sure, it has some cool pieces. Was it 10,497 a worthy homage to it? Absolutely. I got 2 of them up there, and I'm not going to bring any one of them down because it's just a bad comparison. Anyway, I'm glad I did it. I'm going to leave this one together. I will also say, because of the yellowing gray plates in here, I'm probably not going to take this thing apart. Because the last time I took a Galaxy Explorer apart, I had to get the brick separator, and studs came off plates, because that's what happens with the old gray. It gets very, very brittle. It's like brittle brown, except it's old gray. And old gray is getting to be a much coveted commodity in our classic space circles. I happen to have lots, but again, a lot of it is like this now, where it's almost tan. Whatever. It is what it is. So that's it. I am tired. I'm going to go to bed. I got a big day at work tomorrow, and I got to go check on a bird. So that's it. That's all. I want everybody out there to stay safe. Take care. This was a lot of fun. Glad I did it. Considering that 98% of this came from my collection and not the lots. It came with, did it come with the windshield? I honestly can't remember now. The printed bricks, besides the 928, came from the lot, which is kind of neat, right? I'm gonna say that. A few wing plates. I did grab a few 2x8s out of the lot that I haven't finished sorting it yet. It came with some thrusters. All original Type 1 handles, by the way, before I sign off. all original Type 1 handles that came from this lot that I just got in July. So all 4 1x2 with handles are Type 1. Oh yeah, definitely need a nap. Yeah, so that's it. Everybody out there, stay safe. I will talk to you soon.